wherever we're gonna die, I don't care. We need our country. We need our country. We need our freedom. We need our freedom in my country. Why are you killing us?
Samia Suluhu Hassan has named a commission of inquiry to look into the unrest across Tanzania, but she drew fresh outrage by claiming that the protesters were paid to go on the streets. Hundreds of young people have been charged with treason across the country, and that is an offense that carries the death penalty if found guilty. It's not clear any of them participated in the protest. Some of them charged with treason are for the offense of participating in a TikTok challenge mocking the president. What we have in our report is only what we could prove, but there's dozens of more incidents that we're still looking into. There are some in Tanzania who now want an international independent investigation, maybe the International Criminal Court, to look into what they consider crimes against humanity or even a genocide. Again, CNN cannot independently verify any of these things. It's been very difficult to even piece together what you see there, but that is the backdrop for this new administration of President Samia Suluhu Hassan, Brian.
Larry Madowo with critical and eye-opening reporting live from Johannesburg.
President Samia Suluhu claims that the recent protests in Tanzania were fueled by money and protesters were paid, a claim that sounds well too familiar.
Waliingia barabarani kuendana na hizo fedha walizopewa.
Wale ambao wanasponsor hiyo violence, sisi tunawajua.
She made the remarks while addressing the recent violence that occurred in Tanzania. She acknowledged that the protesters were demanding their rights, but at the same time questioning their grievances.
Vijana waliingizwa barabarani kudai haki. Tunataka kujua haki gani?
While the Tanzanian government claims no concern, Amnesty International October's report described a wave of terror, citing killings, disappearances, and politically motivated arrests, just to mention but a few. International observers agreed the African Union said the polls fell short of democratic standards, and SADC noted low turnout, harassment of observers, heavy police presence, and no real opposition.
Some breaking news, and Samia Suluhu might be in trouble here because now it can be proven that some section of rogue Tanzanian police were given orders to go to the houses of Tanzanians and point blank range kill them with bullets. Now, this has been done with CNN. CNN have done what you will call a geolocation satellite proving. They have proven that the videos which were circulating online about the police from Tanzania using brutal force against its citizens at night when there was no lights, there were no internet, they can now prove that these atrocities actually happened. And the Tanzanian massacre is true. This may land Samia Suluhu in problems.
President Samia Suluhu Hassan has named a commission of inquiry to look into the unrest across Tanzania, but she drew fresh outrage by claiming that the protesters were paid to go on the streets. Hundreds of young people have been charged with treason across the country, and that is an offense that carries the death penalty if found guilty. It's not clear any of them participated in the protest. Some of them charged with treason are for the offense of participating in a TikTok challenge mocking the president. What we have in our report is only what we could prove, but there's dozens of more incidents that we're still looking into. There are some in Tanzania who now want an international independent investigation, maybe the International Criminal Court, to look into what they consider crimes against humanity or even a genocide. Again, CNN cannot independently verify any of these things. It's been very difficult to even piece together what you see there, but that is the backdrop for this new administration of President Samia Suluhu Hassan.
Welcome back, Africa. Welcome, family from Africa and across the world. You know, all that has happened in the country of Tanzania, Dr. Samia Suluhu tried to cover, tried to hide everything, tried to ban the people from Tanzania not to post anything, not to expose all the evils that happen in that country, not to speak about the atrocities and genocide that happen in that country. But again, you cannot hide the truth forever. You cannot hide the truth forever. The Africans themselves are fighting for this truth to be exposed. The Africans, we are fighting. The world must know all the evils, all the atrocities and the genocide that this lady has committed against her people. Because, you know, let me tell you something. You see this man I am wearing today. This is the leader today that's being celebrated, highly celebrated in Africa, and not only in Africa, but across the world. Why? Because this is the leader that is fighting for his people. This is the leader that he's caring for his people. This is the leader that is sacrificing his life, his own life, because of the people, because he believes that power belongs to the people. He believes that for you to be a leader, to be called a leader, you are a leader because you are leading some people. You have some people who believes in you. You have some people who trust in you. That's why you are calling a leader. But you can't be called a leader when you are unaliving your people. You can't be called a leader when you are taking the life of the innocent citizens that you are supposed to be leading. You know, after CNN exposed the truth about Tanzania and the evil that the president of Tanzania committed against his people, all the human crime that was committed in that country, then today, I believe that something must be done. I believe that something must be done because the world cannot be silent. We are not going to be silent when we know everything that has happened in that country and the world watched. The world is aware of everything. ICC knows the truth. African Union body know the truth. Imagine, after the election, during that process, the internet was shut down. There was no internet in that country. There was no internet. So any person could have not been allowed or been able to post anything that was happening in that country. No any media from outside was allowed to go and cover anything in that country. No any journalist was allowed to access that country. But bodies were killed, massive. Imagine young and innocent citizens being buried in massive graves. Wow. Massive graves for the young protesters who are going only on the street to ask for their rights, to speak for their voices, instead of the government listening to them, bringing changes that the citizens are demanding to electoral bodies. They took their lives. They killed them. They arrested them. They abducted them. And now today, when you go to that country, the president is saying that the country has fully freedom. And the citizens are having their freedom in a point where they are exceeding their freedom. Whereby no any media in the country of Tanzania has ever speak about the occasion that happened in that country. No even a single media in the country of Tanzania has ever spoke about all that happened because they are not allowed. And if you try to do so, then your life is in danger. So the president of Tanzania is trying to silence the youths. He's trying to silence the voice of the citizens and the youths in that country. People are not allowed to speak their voices. People are not allowed to express their ways, to demand their justice, their freedom. Yet this president is calling herself a democratic leader. All that we believe. Imagine, I've come across different people from Tanzania, and what they're saying is that after election, people were in a dangerous situation. The life was in danger of everyone. Because the people who were on the street demonstrating, most of them, the police who were going door to door, they were taking people inside the houses and kill them. They were taking people and youths out inside their homes and go to shoot them to kill. So where is Africa heading to? Where is Africa heading to? You know, all that happened in the country of Tanzania, you know, whenever I come across, I feel like, wow, this was very evil. This was not something that was supposed to be done against humanity. This was not humanity. Today, the president herself is standing up to the people and say that all the protesters who were on the street were paid.
President Samia Suluhu claims that the recent protests in Tanzania were fueled by money and protesters were paid, a claim that sounds well too familiar.
Waliingia barabarani kuendana na hizo fedha walizopewa.
Were paid to go and disrupt the peace in the country of Tanzania. Surely. So do you want to tell me that the whole country was paid to go and protest against you? The country of Tanzania has been built and preserved for its peace for so long. For a long time. For a long time of period. They have been in peace. Mwalimu Kambarage Julius Nyerere was fighting for peace. and even after his departure, this country remained in peace. It remained in peace. We have the country like Kenya. You know, the country of Kenya, we always have these playouts. Whenever the government do something which the citizens feel like it's not okay, the people get out on the street. People die on the street, but not just the way the things has happened in the country of Tanzania. We have the freedom of speech, whereby you see even the president, when the president is on the crowd, is addressing people, someone has the right to come out and stand and question the president, tell him that we are not agreeing with your issues. We are not allowing, we are not ready to support your agendas because it is not for building. It is going to destroy us. So all that is happening today in Africa, many of the African countries, that African leaders, they are feeling like now the country belongs to them. They are turning the countries into their family, into their private business sectors. When we fight, the Westerners always feel okay, feel impressed when they see African countries, Africans fighting, killing each other, because they never wanted to see African countries in peace. So what is that is limiting African leaders not to bring peace in Africa, not to bring and settle their people with peace, deliver to their people what they are supposed to get? What is that making Africans not to unite and work together with their leaders? But the leaders, every time that we are having political session in Africa, we must experience the massive deaths. So it means that we don't have to go to elections. A country is larger than anybody. A country is larger than anybody, whereby no one is supposed to go and start to kill people because he or she is just about power. Power comes and go. Power comes and go. But legacy stays forever. For all those people who build their legacy, who lead their people in a prospective manner, they left a legacy that today we are living as an example, that today we are walking towards it, that today we are coming to speak about them. Today, the history has never forgotten the people like Patrice Lumumba, the people like Kwame Nkrumah, because they are fighting for the greatness. They are fighting for freedom. They are fighting for the greater countries and the greater continent of Africa. But today, the people of Tanzania are living in fear. They cannot come out and speak all that they are passing through, because their government does not allow them. Imagine a country calling itself a democratic country, but you are not allowed to go and challenge the victory of the president. You cannot take the case to the court because the constitution does not allow. I'm so pissed off. All that I've tried to watch. Larry Madowo, big up Larry Madowo, big up. You are a legend. You are truly a legend, because the work that you are doing, we need you, guy. We need you, man. We need you. You are doing great. Larry Madowo and CNN, we appreciate you because you have tried to expose the truth and the evil that was committed in this country, that the country itself has been trying to hide, so that they don't want to know the world to know all that they did in the name of leadership, in the name of securing their positions. You try to hide the truth, but you can't hide the truth forever. Truth itself, it's able to fight for itself and to be exposed. And now, everyone knows all that you committed, which is not humanity. Because you are a parent. Besides being a president, you are a woman. You are a parent. You know the pain of being a parent. So imagine you are in peace. You are electing your family members to come in your government to lead the country. You are turning the government and the country to be your private sector, your family business sector. Not thinking of the family of the families today who are mourning their loved ones. Not thinking of the women, of your fellow women who today are mourning their children. who had just died because of you, because of your greatness. So it's very, very bad. Very, very bad. Brothers and sisters from Africa, let's stand up. Let's stand up and start to fight for this great continent, because all that is happening today in the country of Tanzania, tomorrow it can happen in your country. Tomorrow it can happen in my country. If we don't wake up, if we don't stand up and condemn all these evils that are being done by our leaders, then we are in a danger zone. We are in a danger zone. If we allow these leaders to do all they want to do in our countries, we are in a danger zone. Our generation will come and will pass through danger zone. They will find a destructive Africa, but not a progressive and built and developed Africa. So it is our responsibility as Africans, as youths, to follow the example of Captain Ibrahim Traore. He said once that it's either we fight or we remain slaves forever. So the people of Tanzania, wake up. Don't be don't allow to be used as slaves. Don't. Because even for those people who have already died, they have died. They will not come back. They will never come back. So we believe that this is a journey to liberation. This is just the journey to liberation. Let's wake up and fight for our own countries. Let's fight for our own countries, for our own goods. And maybe our generation will come and appreciate our legacy and our achievement and our struggle that we are struggling today. Larry Mado on CNN, we appreciate you for letting the world to know all that happened in that country, all that happened after the light was switched off. But today, it is being exposed at the daylight, and everyone is ready and everyone is able to see it. Until next time, let me see your views in the comment section. How do you feel about this whole situation? I hope that you've been touched by this. Kindly leave a comment. Subscribe, share. If you are new here, the Black History, we are here to make sure that we speak positivity and we condemn all the evil that's being done across Africa. And because we need the best Africa, we'll keep on coming here to expose the darkness to the light. Until next time, we come to the same. Thank you very much for being here. I love you and appreciate your support. Nawapenda sana na Mungu awabariki. May God bless you and be blessed.